I made 2 to 3 videos every week that provided some form of value to people, and I did it every week for 2 months. Thank you for watching. I'm just kidding. Don't leave. There's a little bit more to it. And if you guys didn't leave after that, I'd like to share with you a few of the things that have helped me to grow from 0 subscribers to just over 1,000 in roughly 2 months. So if that's something that you're interested in, and since you're watching this, I'm assuming that it is something that you're interested in, let's get into it. It was just over 2 months ago that I was watching tons of videos on YouTube about how to get started, what gear to use, how to grow, what to make videos about, and all of those fun things. But in the last 2 months since I first started on YouTube, I've learned a few things that I wish I had been told in all of those videos that I watched. So if you're watching this video and you're interested in getting started on YouTube, I'd like to share with you a few of the things that I have learned along the way. So grab a cup of tea and let's get into it. One of the main reasons for starting my YouTube channel was because of Ali Abdaal. Now, I'm sure many of you know him on YouTube as he has a pretty large following, but he consistently says that the key to success in YouTube is to post 1 to 2 videos a week that help people in some way, that provide value, and to do that every single week for 2 years. Now, if you do that, it guarantees that your life will dramatically change. Now, a 2-year commitment is pretty large, but I thought that the simplicity was important, and I really feel that if you are able to help even just one person, you have a responsibility to do so. And that's how I felt, and so I started my channel. So what I would like to do is I would like to go over 3 things that I've learned along the way that hopefully could help you get started, or if you already have started, to help you grow a little bit faster. So let's do that. The first thing that has helped me a lot and that has helped me grow is finding a niche or a void that you can fill and execute upon. One way of doing this is to look at videos that you tend to watch and also things that you're interested in. In terms of my own videos, I did this by focusing on FTMO and funding talent. If you're not familiar with these are 2 well-known Forex funding companies that allow you to trade with larger account sizes. Now, this is a pretty selective niche. If we look at how it starts, you could say that it starts from people that are interested in investing and then investing specifically in Forex, and then people that are interested in getting funded and then funded specifically by FTMO or funding talent. Before starting my channel, I saw that there were a few videos being made on these companies, but I still had some questions that weren't being answered, and so I thought that this would be a good starting point to build a small audience. And so I think that's a really good way of getting started, by using search-based content within a niche that could answer questions that you've been looking for that you haven't found a sufficient answer to. So that's the first thing that's helped me a lot and that I've learned in these past few months. The second thing that I did was to focus on quantity over quality. Now, this doesn't mean that I neglected the quality of my video. It just means that my main focus was on putting out 2 to 3 videos every week rather than just focusing on one video and trying to perfect it. I read in a book not too long ago, I can't remember where it was from, but it was an example of a project that was offered in school in a woodworking class. And there were 2 groups of students. The first group was told that they had the entire semester to make one design. And the other group was told that they had to make one every single week. And the results of this were quite interesting. The students that focused on only building one thing, while they were given lots of time to perfect it, they didn't really produce results and pieces that were that amazing. However, the group that had to build and complete a project once every single week, by the end of that semester, they were making pieces and finishing the projects that were much more impressive than the group of students that had the entire semester to make just one. Now, the reason for this, I think, is probably pretty clear. The more that we do something, the better that we get. And that, of course, applies to making videos as well. Now, of course, I'm not an expert, but by making 2 to 3 videos every week, I have learned so much more than if I had just produced once a week or even once every 2 weeks. Now, it's possible that if I had done that, perhaps my videos would be a little bit more polished, but almost every time I make a video, I run into at least one hiccup, and it's led me to learn things that I otherwise would not have learned whatsoever. There's only so many things we can search up on Google and YouTube to try and prepare ourselves, but we're going to run into problems and hiccups along the way that are simply unavoidable. And the more videos that I make, the more of these hiccups that I experience and the more that I learn from them. And on top of that, by putting out more content, you're really giving the so-called algorithm more of an opportunity to pick up one of your videos and to get it seen by more people. So I encourage you, if you're interested in starting a channel, to focus on quantity over quality when you first get started. And the third thing that I have learned that I would like to mention in terms of video production is to focus on audio first, and then lighting, and then your camera gear. I think this is a pretty common theme in terms of YouTube video recommendations and whatnot, but I think that it's a very valuable point. If you have bad audio, then nobody is really going to watch. And in terms of bad lighting, I mean, my lighting here is not amazing, but I do have a large window in front of me that I'm trying to maximize. If your lighting isn't amazing, people will still stick around as well. So I really think that getting the audio down first and then focusing on your lighting is key. I bought a Rode Video Micro, I believe. I'll leave the description down below. It wasn't that expensive, and I think in terms of production value, I've really gotten value from it. And after audio and lighting, that then brings us to your camera gear. Now, I'm a little bit reluctant, or maybe embarrassed, not really embarrassed, but to say that I'm still using just my phone to record these videos. Now, I do plan in the near future to buy some lighting gear and even a camera down the road. To increase my production value, I really am a firm believer in trying to stack the deck in your favor, and that's something that I plan on doing. But I really think when you just get started, there's nothing wrong when you're getting started to just use your phone. I'm surprised, and I continue to be surprised by the quality of the camera in my phone, and I really think that it's a perfect way to start if you don't have a camera like myself. It's really easy to get caught up in the gear that other YouTubers are using and to put off making videos until you get the gear that you want. But I really think that just hitting the record button and putting something out there is really the way to go. I was really reluctant for a long time to do that, but I'm happy that I got over my fear. And the last thing that I want to mention in terms of fear is that nobody really cares enough to judge you. And if they are judging you, that's their issue, and they don't really tell you about it. I've been posting 2 to 3 videos every week, and I think I have received maybe 3 comments that weren't that kind. And everybody else, the vast majority, 99% of people that watch my videos, they leave comments that continue to amaze me in terms of their kindness and their generosity. I don't think I'll ever get tired of reading a comment from somebody that says that the video helped them in some way. People are really kind, and I know that a lot of people say that people online can be really mean, and of course there are, but it's my firm belief that 99% of all people are good people, and so far from my experience on YouTube, that has been the case. So if you're somebody that has watched my videos in the past, have given me a thumbs up, or have left a really nice comment, I really appreciate it. It does have a big impact on my day, and I really am grateful for that. So that is it for this video, guys. I hope that it has helped you in some way. If you're thinking about starting a channel and you don't have a lot of gear, I hope that this pushed you to maybe just hit that record button. And if you didn't know what type of content to put out, maybe thinking about it in terms of search-based content and finding a niche that you're interested in where you can answer questions that you've been looking for. I think that's a really good way to start, and I hope that that helps you. I've been having a lot of fun making these videos, and I have big plans for the channel coming up with new ideas and new projects, so stay tuned for that. If you've made it this far, as always, you have my gratitude. I appreciate it. I'll see you guys in the next video, and until then, peace.